Now, welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm Lipstickpaddy, your host for today. And this is a love letter to Madera. Oh my goodness, Madera. My top Kickstarter game from 2019. Wow, this project is one heck of a labor of love. Subbicus Publishing, wow, they knocked it out of the park, completely blew me away. I was on the floor unconscious for hours. This was the first game I went all in on. I was so impressed. A huge box full of amazing stuff. Oh my god, all gameplay content. Oh, it just fills me with excitement, this project. And guess what? This is up for pre-order. Yeah, if you missed the Kickstarter campaign, you can go right now and pre-order this so you don't miss out on what an amazing game it is. Kickstarter exclusive. You better believe it, sunshine. But before we look at this project, we need to go to its original concept, as it has a great philosophy that it would be great if all Kickstarter companies did this, right? Because they produce something that was never asked for. You never asked for it, but they went above and beyond what was expected, and that is why it just blew everybody away on the project. A hugely successful project in 2019, and wow. Now, this is the original Kickstarter from Madera, and we needed to come here just to see an example of how amazing this project is. Now, you can see here that the Kickstarter originally was in 2016 when it was promised, but it took over 3 years to deliver. 3 years to deliver. Now, some teams would just go, look, this is what we put on our Kickstarter page, this is what we need to give them. This is what we need to give them. But no. This team was like, no, what we give them on the Kickstarter page was just the beginning. This small box and minis, these work in process tiles, and this small adventure book and rules. This completely evolved into what this team really wanted. This was a giant passion project. If you turn to what they delivered, it was a massive coffin box. You had the most beautiful tiles with UV spotting on, a huge adventure book, a dungeon book. We'll come down to this content as we get on the page. An absolute ton of content, all gameplay related. So many different tiers of weapons and armor and accessories. A massive pool of skills to build your character with. And also the campaign, the characters you're picking are all written in the story. You're playing a character that is part of the story. Look at the contents of this first box on a table itself, just to lay them out. It's huge, this game. It is so impressive. And it just goes to show you that the Kickstarter is just the beginning. The process should be evolving. Now, this was so avant-garde for its time. The daily unlock from day one. You can see here 30 days of daily unlock. This means this Kickstarter was planned months before it came to Kickstarter. This is huge. And if you think that these daily unlocks are weak, they are never as big as paid ones, you'll be wrong. Because the daily unlocks that this game produced were amazing. The original game, this thing, you had minis, yes, But a lot of the characters, a lot of the NPCs came with standees. And in this stretch, daily unlocks, if you're getting the Madera Act 1 now, all of those standees are minis. Now, I do understand that if you do back Act 1, those minis are not coming until Act 2 and 3 deliver, so you've got to have a wait for them. But this is how big it was, just to be surprising. Now, they did have also stretch goals for backers. This was also fantastic to see. 2 layers of stretch goals. And of course, they did have some monetary stretch goals as well, which were like huge stretch goals. Huge. Look at this, 2 million storage inserts. These were very, very big. So much stuff was unlocking, and what was stunning about this whole process was the fact that lots and lots of things that were being unlocked through the event of the whole Kickstarter were loads of content that were pushing into the story. Just more and more content. An arena to fight in. A crawl compendium. This increases the complexity of enemies. The minis that you'll get before you get the stretch goal minis. The big book. A 75-page rule book. Crawl books. You see here the text is blacked out in red. Very hard to read this. There is a viewer where you can put it over this to actually read it. This keeps it secret when you're flicking through these pages so you don't get spoiled. Also, when you're in a dungeon, you open a door, you don't know what's behind the door. The dungeon's not made on the table. And it'll ask you to go into the diagram book and find what that next room will be. So there's always surprises ahead when you're going into the dungeon. Bounties to go off the main campaign and actually go and hunt something. This is all about making it feel like the world is much bigger than the story. A boat ton of cards for your character's development. This is so deep, with also all these hidden ones. Super cool. These tiles are amazing. All the water, UV spotting. All this toxicity, UV spotting. Dies that upgrade when you get new weapons. Here's a little viewing screen. And we're still on the Act 1. So much in these acts. The huge book. The adventure book. Look at these big. What are they going to look like when they're a mini? An audio app. There's so much content that they've delivered for this game. Let's look at these tiles. The camera, look. The reflection. They look cool. More games should definitely be doing this. This is very avant-garde for the time, right? We're just not seeing this in games. I mean, you don't see it. Just fantastic. And today, oh well, not today, it was at the weekend, yesterday for me, a huge update for Valentine's Day. A broken token set will be coming soon. If you want to, as they say, gooshify your box. And they show us some minis here that they're working on. And just beautiful. Beautiful style. Look at these things. 2. 2 bases. His axe is that big it needs its own base. I love it. And yeah, the upgrades are fantastic. Updates and stuff they surprise you with that was not on the main page but they're putting in is amazing. They're just adding to the project. Look at this from the concept. Amazing. Just such a loved project. Passion project, you might say. And this is still just Act 1. Yeah, so it has gone up for pre-order for the next 2 weeks. You will be able to get your hands on Act 1. This update is a good opportunity to come back and pre-order it. Look at this mini! Oh my god! Look at it! Man, I guess you've got to paint it to that stand, but what a display for that mini. Are you kidding me? Look at it. That's what this game's all about. It's about just blowing your mind on what they're working on. All because of you, the backer. So, down in the description, you'll have the link for this shop. Let's have a look at the shop. You can see 11,500 backers. This is massive. Now the core game is 150. You're not getting the stretch goals. The stretch goals not included here. That'll open up later on in the year when the stretch goals open, or when the pre-order or the pledge manager opens for Act 2 and 3. You don't necessarily need to go in for the big bundle here. You can see what's in the bundle, these add-ons down here, but at about a basic minimum is the 150. So yeah, please check it out. The link for the original, or not the original, but the big Kickstarter from 2019 will be in the description too, so you can go down here. And if you do pre-order this Act 1, do come back here, go to the very beginning update and go through them all, and you'll be like wowed at how amazing it is. You feel like this epic 30-day campaign over 1 hour, and it's intense journey. It really is. So anyway, there is my love letter to Madera. Just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. My Kickstarter of 2019. With just such incredible Kickstarter project. And from start to finish. So pre-orders open. What are you waiting for? You take care. This is Kickstarter Radio 102.4. And I'm Lipstickpaddy. You stay safe. Take care.